Hello everyone. Solo Sikoa made his main roster debut in 2022, being thrust into the main event scene alongside Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Many saw him as someone who would eventually break out, taking the Bloodline as his own and feuding with Roman Reigns. This happened throughout 2024 and early 2025. Though his push came with the growing feeling of dissatisfaction from the WWE audience. Sikoa was simply not ready for the spotlight, ultimately failing in his role as SmackDown's number one heel. However, things are beginning to change and Sikoa's growth as a star has begun again in 2025. Following Roman Reigns' loss at WrestleMania 40, Solo Sikoa stepped up in his absence to lead the Bloodline, doing so in his own way by recruiting the likes of Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu. Sikoa led the group on SmackDown as the number one heel act on the Blue brand, with Sikoa himself receiving a main event push, challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Although the group were getting decent heat, the overall feeling regarding Sikoa's push was that he was not ready for the spotlight. His promo work felt bland, and the whole Bloodline saga had become tiresome and repetitive. Sikoa headlined Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Bad Blood, and Survivor Series in 2024, though on none of these occasions did he stand out in any spectacular way from an in ring perspective. Unfortunately for him, the WWE fans didn't buy Sikoa as a serious threat. Roman Reigns returned, taking back the title of Tribal Chief from Sikoa. On the road to WrestleMania 41, the younger Russo brother was very much out of favor, serving as more or less in a manager role alongside the rising star of Jacob Fatu. It was hard to see how Sikoa was going to recover any momentum. Solo Sikoa's work as a character has improved tenfold this year. The subtleties in his performances alongside Jacob Fatu, showing signs of jealousy at Fatu's title success and popularities, his levels of manipulation and more have been nice to see. Additionally, Sikoa has shed the super stoic and serious persona that held him back last year, replacing it with something way looser, less serious, funnier, and more charismatic. It is little surprise given his brothers, cousins, and ancestors that Sikoa does in fact have that annoy charm, and this has given his character a new lease of life. His recent work has made it questionable as to why WWE waited this long to allow him to show more personality. Fatu would eventually break free from Sikoa, turning on him to a molten reaction at Money in the Bank last month and igniting a feud between the pair, which has done wonders for both of them. Sikoa and Fatu have chemistry on the mic and in the ring, bouncing well off one another. Sikoa has continued to align names to the bloodline, maintaining him as someone who can generate easy heat, and in turn this has enabled Fatu to serve as somewhat of an underdog despite his dominant presence. This all led up to their match at Night of Champions. In what is one of Sikoa's best singles match to date, he defeated Jacob Fatu to win his first title on the main roster, the United States Championship at Night of Champions 2025. He cheated his way to being the first man to pin Fatu, adding further heat to their ongoing feud, making him more dispensable as a heel and granting him a true breakout moment. This is the level Sikoa should have been built at last year, instead of being thrust into the main event before he was ready. Sikoa looks comfortable with an elevational title over his shoulder, and his reign will help to build Fatu as a babyface on the chase. Leading up to him claiming his gold, it was clear that WWE always saw Sikoa as a star of the future, and 2025 is finally the year where he is starting to make good on the potential that was seen in him early on. So guys, these all are the news and updates for this video. Before leaving, do like, share and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. We will meet in our next video. Till then, thanks for watching.